Hi everyone, and welcome to a short introduction to iMovie. We'll be using the 09 version for this tutorial, as this is the version that you'll find on most of the Macs on campus. iMovie is a great program to use if you've never really done any editing before, or if you need to put together something really quickly. For example, you might want to use it if you want to do some editing to a lecture you recorded, or if you're wanting to throw together a trailer for maybe your club or society. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do is to import whatever it is that you've filmed. So for this, you just go to File. If you've got a camera hooked up and you're wanting to do it straight from your camera, you just go to Import from Camera. Or if you want to import it from anywhere else, you just go to here. Okay, so I'm just going to import a movie from my USB stick. As you can see, I can either add it to an existing event, so these are over here, so everything that you've already imported will be over here, and I can add it on the end of those if I want, or I can create a new event, which is what I'm going to do for this, and I'll just call it tutorial. Okay, and then you just import. Okay, so once you have everything imported, you're going to need to create yourself a project where you can do all your editing. So all you do is come down to this project section here, right click and go to new project. There you just give your project a name, I'll just call it tutorial again, and then you can select a theme if you want. The themes have to do with the transitions and the kind of things that we'll look at later, but we'll stick without a theme for now, so let's just create that. Okay, so here in this project is where you're going to put all the bits of the stuff you've imported that you want to edit. So let's say that I might just want this bit, so I drag and click, get hold of it and drag it down to here. Now if you just do a single click, you'll get an automatic 4-second section. Then you can either drag and click to make that smaller or larger, or you can just select and drag and click like this. Okay, so let's just say that these are the 3 bits that I want to use. So we've got them all down here. As you can see with these things down here, just as with up there, you can use your cursor to drag this red thing along. This is called skimming. The thing I'd say with skimming is that it's quite annoying, say, if I got to here and I thought, oh, that's a great place, I want to make a cut, and then I move my mouse and I've lost it and I've got to go find it again and find the perfect place. Say that's the perfect place I want to cut, instead of then me doing this and then suddenly it's moved, if I can find it again, press spacebar to pause, then all I do is hold the shift key, press an arrow key, and you've got a quick selected bit and that'll hold it there. So say that this was the bit where I wanted to split the clip, then I would right click and you can see down here that all the options you've got, but here I can split clip and I get a gap at where I held the cursor before. Okay, let's undo that. Okay, so let's say that was the perfect place again, so I spacebar, shift and an arrow key to get it. Let's say that I wanted to delete everything after that. I would just drag the yellow box, right click and delete selection. Let's have a look at our icons over here. Okay, the one I've got selected at the moment is the text. So let's say I wanted a nice simple introductory panel to my video, then click and drag. I can drop that in here and it gives me all these options of backgrounds. Let's just go for simple black. You go up to here where it says title text here and just type in whatever you want. If you want to adjust the length of any of your text, then you just click on the box and you see this fine-tune sort of gear image here. Click on clip adjustments and you can change either the duration of the clip or the background as you want. You can also change the text by clicking on the text box here. It looks like a little speech bubble coming out of the image, and then you go over, click in the box and type in anything else you want. You can also change the fonts and things, and here you got show fonts. Say we want some text on top of our image. As you can see here, when I filmed this and edited this, we put in some words over the top of the film. So if you want something like that, all you've got to do is click on again on the text and hold and drag, and you can move this to anywhere you want on the video. And then if you want to get rid of the title, you just go back to the video and hit the delete. Okay, so the next thing we'll look at is images. Anything that's already on your computer in any of your applications will be here for you to select and have a look at. However, it's even simpler than that. So say if I've just got something on my USB stick, I just go to my USB stick, click, and then I can drag into the program. Now, when I let go, as you can see, the only thing it's really letting me do is to replace the image or is to insert it directly. which would just give you that. And all that is just an image slap bang in the middle of your video without any audio, without anything extra. So let's get rid of this for now. Okay, so for the more sophisticated stuff, you just go up to the iMovie, click on Preferences, and click on Show Advanced Tools. Okay, so then we'll close that down. Right, so let's go do the same thing again. You go back to my image, drag it in, and you see this time, it gives me a lot more options. So for example, you might have a cutaway, which just means the image is being shown alongside the video. The audio from the original clip would still be playing, but the image is separate. Okay, and one of the other nice ones I have is the picture-in-picture. This just gives me the image in the top right-hand corner while the video is still playing. Let's say I wanted to edit this image. We just go to the little fine-tuning gear icon and click on cropping and things. We go into the image. The idea of this image is that it'll move around whilst it's being shown, and we can play with what we want to do with that. So let's say I want it to go from his shoes to his eyes. Then I could adjust the focus and things, and then we end up with the movement. And as you can see, it moves from his shoes to his eyes, with everything else still going on in the background. Okay, and it's not just with images you can do that with bits of video as well. So let's say that I wanted to put this in as a cutaway, then I just drag it, drop it here, and here it gives me the cutaway option again. Okay, now what you'll see here is the two bits of audio are actually overlaid each other, which isn't any good. So let's say I just wanted the audio from the original clip and not the cutaway. I would select the cutaway, I would right click, and I would go to detach audio. So this bit here would then give me the audio from my cutaway. All I do is select this, right click, and delete selection. So now the only audio that will be playing during this will be from the original clip and not from the cutaway. Okay, but they're not the only audio options. The other audio options you have is you might want to put music in the background. Now, as you can see, the teaching grid's music selection isn't fantastic, but let's have a bit of Beethoven. So we drag it across. Now you can see that once it gives you this big green bit, that means it's going to attach the audio to everything. If you want it just in a specific place, then you can drag and click as usual. But let's say I just wanted my Beethoven in the background. Okay, so let's say I wanted the music going in the background over all of this, but not over this first selection. All I would do was I'd go to the gear, I would go to audio adjustments, and I would click on this ducking icon here. So you drop this, and you reduce the level of the music to whatever you want, you know, as quiet as you want. So let's go with 10%. Okay, so then here.
We've already taken out the books I need, so it's nice to find them in the lens.
You can hear that the speaker is a lot more audible than here. Speaking of this gear symbol, the other thing this gear symbol does is it means you can also adjust the video. So if you want to adjust the brightness of something, or the exposure, or the contrast, or anything like that, then you just mess around with these settings and have a bit of fun. And whatever you do, if it goes wrong, you can always just click to revert to original. Okay, so the other thing we have over here are the transitions. All the transitions are to ease the jump between whatever clips you might have. So rather than jumping, then let's say we can have a spin. And again, you just click and drag. And then as you can see, it just goes from there and spins out. The problem with the transitions is they will usually cut off the beginning and end of what is going on in the other clips. So let's say you've cut off the end of the last person's sentence, but you really want that. Then you just click on the transition, click on your little gear icon, click on Precision Editor, and then you can move it around. However, if moving it around is not enough, and say that you're worried about cutting off something here and here, so before and after the transition, then whilst you're in the Precision Editor, just click on another bit and it will automatically open the Precision Editor for that as well. And here you can see that you got the end of the clip, and you can see where the transition is being made. And then you can just drag that around until you find the place that you want the transition to be made. So let's say this was your finished movie. All you would do is go to Share, go to Export Movie, unless you were planning on using it in Final Cut or QuickTime, then you've got those two options there. But let's just go with Export Movie. Choose where to export it to, what size you want. This row here gives you a nice indication of where it can be used in those sizes. And all you then do is click Export. And there you have it.